own life. You have to build it. So if you've been wanting to build your own life, you have to build it. If you've been wanting to live a life that you love, you have to build it. But you also have to put in all the work to build that vision, because no one else is going to do it. Okay? There are 4 things I'm going to explain in this video that are going to help you to build your life. But first, if we look at a job, because that's something everyone knows about, it's going to be very easy for you to understand this concept and really to actualize it, so that it makes sense to all of us. So let's go ahead and look at a job. This is a regular 9 to 5, but normally people work 8 to 5. Normally people work 8 to 5. Okay? So when you think about it, there are many, many parts of a job. I want some people to comment what parts of a job are there. Like, what are the types of people that work there? Let's see. See what the comments are saying. Let's see what the comments are saying. And if you're watching this after the live is already finished, you can also comment down below to see if you get the answer. So there are employees, there are your managers, and then there are the bosses. Okay? We see if we can even get you like that so you can see it better. So if there are employees, there's managers. I don't think the sound is working. Why is the sound not working? Can we hear me now? Okay, we should be able to hear now. Can everybody in the comments hear me? All right, the sound is now in session. So if there are employees and there's managers and then there's bosses, you would say, okay, what does this have to do with thinking about building your own life? I would say, who are these people paid by? The employee is paid by the company. This is an interesting day for my marker to dry out. Let's go find another one. No problem. And we're going to use green because green is signaling for money. So this is even better. So who is the employee paid by? The company. The manager is paid by the company. And the bosses are also paid by the company. So even though the employees report to the managers and the managers report to the bosses, they're all paid by the same people. Okay? But the company, which is the C's, okay, the company itself takes home $5 million. But you, as a manager, takes home $70,000. Why is that? That's because these are individual people. Employees are individual people. The managers are individual people. And the bosses are individual people. But the company is also ran by an individual person called a CEO or the founder. This is the person that had the idea. And these are the people that build the idea, aka the dream. So why do you get $70,000? Let's just even say that. Like, the employee might take home 60, the manager will take home 80, and the boss will take home 90. But the CEO is taking home $5 million. Why? Because all 3 of these people are building the CEO's dream. So this is amazing. because the CEO is a person that had the idea, the one idea brought in the ability to pay people, brought in the ability to create jobs, to literally feed people's families because of the one idea they had. And I know that one day my business is also going to be able to do this. It's going to be able to pay people 60, 70, 90,000 dollars a year simply because of an idea that I had. And I know that my business will also create jobs. This is not a bad thing. But the one thing that you need to know is there's no security in past opportunity. So if you think about it, if you get a sheet of paper, right? You get a sheet of paper, and you at the top of the sheet of paper, you write down how much money you want to be making a month. Cool. You've written down that number. And if you watch this video after it's already posted, so after the live is finished, you'll be able to actually do this and pause the video and do it. So you decided, I want to take home $30,000 a month. Great, awesome, love that for you. If you think about it, everything that you want the money for, all the reasons you want the money are most likely all reasons you want to be secure. So literally at the top of the sheet of paper, write $30,000 like that. Let's imagine this is our sheet of paper. We write 30K, and you write down all the reasons you want it. I want to pay my bills. I want to give my daughter clothing. I want to surprise my husband with a birthday trip. Cool. You write down all those things. You are now going to say, and you're going to tell me that all these things don't boil down to you feeling secure in your life, because they do. All of them do. All of them are always going to make you feel more secure. So the best part about all of this is that security is never going to be, like I said, in past opportunity. It's never, ever, ever going to be in something that you've already done. So the reason why security is not within a job is because that job has already been done. You're being paid for something that you already did. I talked about in my previous video. You're working 30 days a month. And out of those 30 days, you are literally getting paid twice. You get paid 2 times out of the 30 days in a month. Now, isn't that insane? Considering the fact that you have to show up every single day for 30 days and you only get paid twice. Guess what? Some people only get paid once. They get paid once on a monthly basis. So that's actually insane. The thing that I want to say is that if you think about this $30,000 here, it can all be boiled down to you wanting to feel secure, but none of it is really secure, because if you slip and break your neck tomorrow, that's a $50,000 hospital bill and your savings go kaput like that. If you want to go buy a home and you need to put $30,000 on a house, in one transaction, it's gone. If you want to start a new endeavor and you want to go start a new business, that's $30,000 gone. So what you need to do is start to realize that none of your security is in having a job, nor is it in just having the money itself. It's not in having a business. It's not in having a product. It's not in anything. The security is in the ability to create. If you ever feel like, wow, I'm having such a hard time with my life right now, it's probably because you are having a hard time creating. Your ability to create has slowly reduced, and now you're feeling the pain of it. You're like, I'm a human. I was put here to create, and I can't create anything. You feel stuck. You feel sad. And that is why we try to go get money, because we're like, well, if I get the money, that means I'm secure and I won't have to create. But it's not about the fact that you can't create and you need to compensate for not being able to create. You need to learn how to create again. You need to learn how to build your life again. You need to learn those things again. Fall back in love with the process of that. So if I can give a personal story, I've taken some courses in the past, and in those courses, everyone would take the course and they would leave the group and they would say, hey guys, I want to have some accountability partners. Can you guys please message me? Everyone who was successful after the group never did that. Why? because they were able to build their own lives. They were able to do exactly what they need to do to get to where they want to go. Okay, so if you're a person that wants to get to where you want to go and you have a life that you want to build for yourself, you've got to stop being accountable from other people. You need to stop relying on other people. And my mission is to get people to get closer to financial literacy and mastering their personal finance through saving, through investing, and through creating more income streams. So when you're thinking about mastering your personal finance and getting more income streams, and my mission with increasing financial literacy, majority of the time, you're ultimately the person, like, yes, I can help you with personal finance, sure. But for the most part, when you need help with finances, people are doing it alone. You're probably paying your student loans alone. You're probably paying your bills alone. You probably can't ask your parents for any money. You probably can't ask most people for any money. You're probably doing everything on your own. And so if you're living a life where you're currently living your life where you're currently doing it alone, but you constantly need to build somebody else's dream, you are living an incongruent life because you're forgetting you're the creator. You're the person that gets to do whatever you want with your life. You get to create. You get to have these insane delusional ideas and be the person that creates these ideas down here to make opportunities for other people. So you are going to have these 4 things I talked about earlier. 1, the hidden trap. The hidden trap is why most people unknowingly spend the majority of their life building someone else's dream. Somebody else's dream. Okay? The reason why is because you feel like you get ahead when you see other people do well. When you see the business, when, like, let's just say you work for Apple. So now you have this name, Apple, like the company, like the phone I'm recording on, the laptop that's right here, and the iPad that's over there, and the Apple Pencil that's over there, and the AirPods, and all the things, and the Apple Watch, all the things, have the whole ecosystem. You are like, I work for Apple. Because Apple is making probably 2 times as this, two times as much as that. Because Apple is making this much money, you're like, okay, they actually make $391 billion last year. So let's even erase that. 391 with the B, billion. B with the billion. Okay? I just looked it up. 2024, that's what they made. When you are attached to something that's so great, because everybody has an iPhone, everybody has an Apple device, it makes you feel great to feel part of that. And so it feels like this is what your life looks like, because you're not realizing, you're not attentive to the fact that you're up here, but you feel like you're down here with the CFO and the CEO and the founder, because you're still working for the company that they're also working under. They're technically working under Apple, so are you, but you're getting paid $60,000 while the company's bringing in $391 billion. And so a lot of people have failure to realize that you're cheering a sports team of somebody who doesn't know who you are. You think about the Apple devices. You're like, oh my gosh, I work for Apple. And you just like, you're so excited about getting that name on your resume. Not going to lie, that will help you in life by working for great big companies, big institutions, big companies. That is 1,000% going to help you. But you know what's going to help you more? By realizing who you are. Because the CEO and the founder, they pay you, but they don't know who you are. They're paying you pennies on the dollar because they're the one that came up with the big idea. And so when you're stuck building someone else's dream, you forget that. That's a hidden trap. And you don't realize that either you're building someone else's dream or you're building your own. There's no in between. And so if you're not building your own, you're always building someone else's. And it's crazy because it's impossible to not build someone else's dream. You can't live a life where you don't build someone else's dream, because regardless of if you want to become the CEO, he had to pay people to teach him about about business. He had to teach people, he had to pay people to teach him about devices and about innovation. He had to pay people to be able to come up with these ideas. He didn't do it alone. So he was building other people's dreams along the way, but he never lost the idea that he was the one that came up with the idea. Whereas most of us, 90%, 99% of us lose the plot and we just stay up here, which is not bad. Again, I hope that my company, I know one day my company is going to be able to pay people on W-2s. Like, here's $90,000. Here's 70, like I'm going to be handing out offer letters. I know that for sure. This is not a bad thing to help people pay for their bills and their families and their children's colleges. It's not a bad thing. But more of us who are supposed to be falling into this category need to be able to create the job. We need to be able to create and build our own dreams so that the people who don't want to do that can live a life that they want. Because if the people who are supposed to be, who are called to be the founders and the CEOs and the crazy delusional people that have these big ideas to build their own lives don't do it, everyone else suffers because there's no job for them to work. There's no like, if Steve Jobs was like, well, iPhones don't really, they just don't, like, we shouldn't have iPhones because iPhones just aren't it. So we're not going to have iPhones. We're not going to have them. Millions of people wouldn't have jobs because if he didn't put his idea to work. So that's it. So these people are needed. Millions of people have jobs because of this one idea that he had. Yes, his business brings in $394 billion average a year. However, there are millions of people and probably billions of people, billions of families that have the ability to survive because of this one idea and all the ways that it exists. Maybe you're buying a phone or you're using your phone for your business and that business feeds your family. Or you're buying and selling refurbished Apple products and that is what feeds your family. Or maybe you're an organization that recycles used laptops and you gift them to students who are in college to help them build their dreams of going to school. So you never know what your one idea can do, and it creates jobs and opportunities, and you have to get out of that hidden trap of spending the majority of your time building someone else's dream. The second thing is the 90-10 illusion. How your personal life affects your small efforts in life. So your personal efforts feel small compared to the collective. So the collective is the 90% and you are the 10%. And you think, okay, I like, it's hard for me to think that I'm building someone else's life because technically I feel like I'm spending a lot of time on my life. Well, you're one person and you're spending 10% of your time and energy on you. And you're spending 90% of the rest on millions of people. So of course it feels like you're not building someone else's dream because it's sporadic everywhere. But every bag of chips you buy, every phone that you buy, everything that you buy, every person you talk to, everything that you do in life, every place that you visit is building someone else's dream. Think about it. Every time you walk into a Walmart, you're making the Walmart family richer. But at the same time, you're also supporting people's families because yes, Walmart gets a percentage of that, but the person who owns the company that you just bought from also gets richer. So this is the funnel because I'm taking my money to Walmart and Walmart is getting paid a percentage of that money. Let's just say I go to Target and I go buy a Tabitha Brown product from the food section. And I go buy that product, Target becomes richer. But also, some of that money goes to Tabitha Brown. So that Tabitha Brown can now do whatever she wants to do with the money that she's getting paid from Target. So it's not all a bad system. I think all of it works together beautifully. But if you're a person that wants to be down here, or you want to be right here, or you want to be right here, or wherever you want to be on this map, you get to choose where you want to be. But just don't lose sight that you may feel like you're always pouring into yourself because you're putting 10% into one person and not reminding yourself you're putting 90% into millions of people all over the world all the time. Okay? And it's crazy because I thought to myself, well, I make money. No. I thought to myself, I spend money all day long. Why can't I make money all day long? Like every single day I spend money. Why wouldn't it make sense? This? Because I think, oh well, it's just too much. I can't make money every single day. But I'm thinking I'm literally spending money every single day. So somebody's getting paid every single day. Why can't it be me? Why not? So if I'm spending, let's just say I spend 90% of my money on the millions of people, it feels like I'm just like spending $1 here, $5 here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm spending 10% of it on me. It doesn't feel like I'm spending that much money on myself. It doesn't feel like I need to make more, but everybody does. I do. Everyone needs to make more. Because or we need to make more, and we need to switch this ratio here and maybe make it an 80-20 split. Maybe make it a 60-40 split. Something more reasonable. Put more time back into yourself. Put more time back into yourself and get rid of that 90-10 illusion. Because it feels like just because you are so under the assumption that you're doing more for yourself, but the ratio doesn't make sense. If you divide 1 by 10, that is way less than if you were to take 90% and put it into millions. You're still putting so much more into other people. Even though you're spreading it around, like it seems like it's not a lot because it's millions. But it's not about the millions, because you're not really giving it to each individual million person, like millions of people. I hope this idea is like grasping what I'm saying right now. You may need to just rewatch this video. Like I'm being so transparent right now. If you are building 90% of millions of people, it feels like it's not a lot because it's divided a million times. It's still 90%. Just because it's divided millions of times doesn't mean that it's less than putting 10% into yourself. So don't get caught up in the 90-10 illusion. Please don't. And I thought this to myself about content as well. I watch videos on YouTube every single day, all day, every day, hours of content every single day. Why can't I post every day? Why shouldn't I post every single day? I don't have 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes to post a video every day. When I watch hours of content a day, there's no way. So I stopped doing this. I was like, well, I post a video once a week, but there's 7 days in a week and you watch content hours every single day. So maybe let's just say the 1 day a week, you're making a 20-minute video. But if we say, okay, for the 7 days of the week, you probably watch 40 hours of content. Now, how is your 40 hours of watch time comparable to your 20-30 minute video that you post one time a week? It's not comparable. So you have to reduce the ratio of how much you're putting into yourself. Reduce the ratio of how much you're putting into other people and put it back into yourself. Okay, now if I watch content less, I have more time to make content. How about I stop watching content after 10 p.m. and I put out a video every day? So get rid of that 90-10 split to be able to create more. The third thing is shifting your balance. And if you've ever gotten something valuable from my channel, make sure to comment that down below. I would love to see, in the live section is great, but in the real comment section after this video posts, just come back tomorrow and it'll all be, in a few, like 20 minutes it'll be posted, but come back tomorrow if you want to, and just comment down below whatever takeaways you're getting from this video. The third thing, again, is shifting the balance. Like I just said, like, it doesn't matter if you do the first two things, but you don't really grasp shifting the balance, none of this is going to matter. And especially the fourth thing, none of it's going to matter. So shifting the balance is the practical steps to start dedicating more time and energy to your own vision. Okay? Like, and one thing I thought is like, it's too much for me to do. But then if you realize you're either doing it for yourself or doing it for someone else, you're either doing it for you or for somebody else. So you need to make sure that you're doing it for yourself. If you're going to do it for somebody, do it for you. Sure that you're doing it for yourself.
Like if you're going to do it for somebody, do it for yourself. So even if you have your own business and you're stuck, like literally shift. When you are thinking of shifting the balance, this is where it really comes in. Because you might think, okay, I'm going to stop buying stuff from other people. I'm going to shift this to a 70-30 split, and I'm going to stop buying stuff from other people. And I'm going to put my money into my own investments. But you still feel stuck, and you keep going to buy courses or books or mentorships or classes or whatever. You're still, like, your ratio ain't ratioing for real. You're still at a 10-90 split. You're still at a 10-90 split. Why? Because instead of you spending your money, you're now spending your money and your time. So if you're going to actually shift the balance, shift it for real. Don't say I'm going to put this time into my vision, but at the same time, you are stuck watching YouTube videos all day. That don't make no sense. You have to also produce your own content. I fully want people to do that as well. And if you want a quick little thing to do to try to get some money, you can actually take my videos, download them, repost them and just do commentary over them. Like clip 30 seconds from a live video where I'm saying something maybe controversial. Go to CapCut, put a little voiceover on it, give your commentary, and post it to YouTube. And make commentary videos on financial literacy videos and personal finance videos, because that's what I make. That can literally be something like you could be using your time to watch my videos, but you can also double that, turn that over, and literally turn it into something that can make you money with YouTube AdSense. And YouTube can pay you to make commentary on my videos. And you don't have to just make one channel. You can make 40 channels under one email address. And so, or under one IP address. So if you really want to shift your time, you really have to think about what are some creative ways that I can get to do this. I don't care what people's opinions really are of my videos, because I just say whatever's on my heart. But if you're like, dang, this girl posts videos every single day, that means I have the chance to make more money every single day if I just download one of her videos or even screen record 30 seconds of one of her videos, give my comments on it, post it to a YouTube channel. You can do that faceless. You can do it with your face. These are business opportunities. These are money-making opportunities that you could literally use to shift. So it's not just about not giving someone your money. It's also like, okay, what am I going to do with my time? If you want to build your own vision of making more money or increasing your income streams, do what I just told you. That's literally an easy way to do it. And if you if you're just authentic, you're yourself, and you post videos often, people will love what you have to say about financial videos. So you don't have to just do it with mine. You can clip anybody's videos, but you can't just repost it, okay? You can't just repost it. You have to add value to it so that it's not copyrighted. But as long as you add value, you add a commentary, you add edits, you add your own ideas and thoughts to it, and you react to the video in some shape or form, you can get paid from it. It's easy, okay? So again, like, stop tricking yourself into thinking that you need help for this, or that you need help. All you need is the power of focus. Like I just gave you an idea. If you would sit down for 30 minutes tomorrow or tonight and say, okay, actually, I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go start a YouTube channel, and I'm going to clip her content, and I'm actually going to start reacting to this financial literacy content, because I just watched this live video that she's making on January 27th, and I thought it was quite interesting. Let me get my ideas on it. If you focus on that, you can do it, and you can start to build your own vision. You don't have to destroy someone else's vision. You can just take what they're doing and build off of it. So the fourth thing, like I said, is the power of focus. You have to focus on it. So how prioritizing your dream, even in super small increments, creates real momentum, right? So the one question I want to ask you, and I want you to write this down right now. The one question I want to ask you is, that I want you to ask yourself is, after all the work that I do in my life, what do I get from it? And how does it build my life? After all the work I do in my life, what do I actually get from it? And how does it build my life? That's the question that's going to change your life. It's going to change your perspective. It's going to change your entire mindset. It's going to change you. If you can start to ask yourself that question every single day. What did I do today? How did it change my life? How did it make me better? How did it build my vision? You're going to stop doing some of the stuff that you are so wired to do every single day. Like for me, watching YouTube videos. I love watching YouTube videos. I love sitting in my bed and planning my life. But you know what I also have to do? Realize if I keep watching YouTube videos, I'll never have a YouTube channel. If I keep watching YouTube videos, I'll never build my business. If I keep watching YouTube videos, I'll never have the life that I want. Because I'm doing an incongruent ratio. It's just never going to work. So this is actually how my book was made. I thought to myself, okay, what have I done in my life that I figured out in regards to personal finance that literally changed my life that I could share? I was like, all the beliefs that I've learned. Plain and simple. All the beliefs that I've learned, they've all changed my life. All the ways that I've thought differently about money. Because I had to realize if I want something different, I cannot get it with what I know now. Because what I know now has got me to where I am. And if I want something different, I have to think something different. So what did I do? I went and I learned different mindset beliefs. I meditated on that. I thought about it. I made it my life's mission to figure out money. And I did. So what did I do? I put all of it into an ebook. And I didn't even write the ebook. I put all my ideas into ChatGPT. And I said, use your magical powers and all the things you do and make this the best, like write it in the way that people can understand it, because I'm only a 24-year-old girl. I don't know how everyone can receive information. So what did I do? I said, I'm not going to build somebody else's dream and go have somebody else write it. I'm just going to use the resource I have from ChatGPT and have ChatGPT make the list in the best readable way that is so easy to understand. This is how my book was made. And what did I do? I'm picky. And I'm not a perfectionist anymore because that's a limiting belief, but I am very picky. So I did like almost 6 iterations of I want this different. I want that different. Use this language, use that language, make it like this, make it bossed up and strengthening and make it so that people feel empowered when they read it and give action items so they can actually apply it and like make it juicy. And that's what it did. And after I read all 28 boss power beliefs about money, I was like, this is perfect. I love it. If I were to buy this book, I would be happy that I bought it. So guess what I did? I packaged up the book and I put it on my website and I keep it in the description of all my videos, because that is me building my vision and me spreading awareness of personal finance with something that actually helped me. Now, you don't have to go write a book. You don't have to. But answer that question that I asked you. Answer that question. After all the work that I did today, after all the work that I do in my life, what do I get from it? And how does it build my life? How does it build my life? It's a really hard question to ask, but it's an empowering question to ask. So out of the 4 things, which are the hidden trap, the 90-10 illusion, shifting the balance, and the power of focus, out of those 4, and then plus the question I just asked you, these are like the freaking most important things that you could do to figure out how to build your own life. It's incredibly important if you don't want to be stuck at this top of the funnel and you want to start creating these experiences for other people. You want to start creating these jobs. You want to start creating these amazing opportunities for other people to be able to live and feed their families and live amazing lives. Like this is amazing. The fact that you can have an idea and it sprouts into just so many things that help people to live and thrive and pay their bills and their kids get fed and other things like that. It's amazing. So those are all the ways that if you've been wanting to build your dream life that you love, you have to build it. And I gave you exactly the 4 things plus a journaling prompt that you can use to build it. I'll see you guys in my next video.